Hi, and welcome to my channel, Laura's Library Card. So in August, I'm participating in 2 readathons, and I thought that I could put out weekly sort of updates on how I'm doing in those readathons, what books I've finished, what prompts I'm fulfilling, and I realized that was essentially taking place of what I normally do on Tuesdays, which is what I have checked out on my library card and my stack status videos where I kind of say what I've just finished, what I'm currently reading. So I'm going to, for the month of August, on Tuesdays, fingers crossed, hopefully, be putting out my readathon update videos. So here's the first one. So for the first week of August, I finished 3 books. So for the Trope-ical Readathon, I am Team Romance, and the first book that I finished was a team challenge book for fake dating. So I finished Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. I really enjoyed this book. It was a sort of fake dating trope, male-male romance, and it was adorable and I loved it, and I'd give it like 4.5 stars. I plan to do a whole book review on Boyfriend Material, so keep an eye out for that because I'm probably just gonna gush all throughout the whole thing. The second trope that I accomplished was the strange names / a book that starts with your first initial. So I did a book that starts with L, and I finished Love in Due Time by L.B. Dunbar. This book is a part of the Green Valley Chronicles series. I think I've mentioned it before. And so this book follows Naomi and Nathan. Naomi is a librarian and she is Wiccan, and she's like 39, and Nathan is 1 or 2 years older than that. And this is sort of a second chance romance because they met and had one night of passion 18 years previously, like when she was like 20 on her 21st birthday or something, and then they haven't talked or communicated since then, and now they're reconnecting throughout this book. I liked it. I thought it was fine. I need to give a little bit more thought. To me, it was just sort of a middle of the road. There were certain things that I liked about it and certain things I didn't like about it. I liked that there was this like Wiccan aspect because I haven't really read that many books where the main character was Wiccan, but at the same time, like, there was like a Wiccan joke that doesn't make any sense unless you're actually physically reading the words. So whatever, we'll let that slide. But then Nathan just like didn't really do it for me. I like that I was reading characters who were a bit more mature, but at the same time, I just never like liked either of them particularly well. So for me, it was like a perfectly fine, good romance, and it satisfies that prompt of starts with my first initial. And the last book that I finished in the first week of August was You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. And this is going to be fulfilling the prompt of a book that was recommended to me. So I was recommended this book multiple times through multiple people on BookTube. I saw that it was like kind of blowing up on BookTube a month or 2 ago. And it came through my library. So I was like, okay, I can make this work. This sounds so cute. And I actually really enjoyed it, and so my cousin and I did a buddy read for You Should See Me in a Crown, and we recorded that, and I will put a link up here in the cards and down in the description to see our conversation about this book. We both really enjoyed it. So altogether, those 3 books totaled 1,176 pages, so that's a lot of points for my Team Romance for just the first week of August. I've also been working on 2 other books in the first week of August, though I have not finished either of these quite yet. The first one of those is Full Disclosure by Camryn Garrett, which is going to be the August choice for the Page Turner Book Club. So I'm really looking forward to that discussion at the end of the month, and I'm liking the book pretty well. I think I'm getting close to the end. I think I'm like 85%. And it's about a character who has HIV. She's, I don't know, 17, I think. She's in high school, and it's sort of how Simone is navigating a crush with a guy, and how they sort of start dating, and like, you know, when should she tell him, when should she disclose. She's sort of trying not to be outed at her school for having HIV. So it's been really interesting to read Simone's perspective on things that I haven't thought about. And the other book that I started but have not finished yet is Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer, which is Twilight from Edward's point of view. Oh gosh, this book's so heavy. I'm like a quarter of the way through the book. Years ago, I read what was leaked of Midnight Sun, and I actually still have that PDF. So I've already kind of like, I dug it up and I went back and forth between the original version and this book, and I can see that things have already been edited and added, which makes sense. It's been, she's had 10 plus years to work on this story, but I think that she has made some changes that are trying to fix some of the potentially problematic parts. There's like 1 or 2 points where there's just tiny little word changes were used, and I think that was a attempt to help make it a little more 2020 appropriate. So I am reading Midnight Sun, and I'm reading this to fulfill the prompt of 500 plus pages, and it definitely is that. It's really heavy. And I'm also reading this because I have been rereading the whole Twilight series, and I kind of put together some stuff for a Twilight video, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and lump this book into that video. I can't decide. If you have an opinion, please comment down below. The second readathon that I'm participating in August is the Summer Fling, and so I am planning, I went ahead and kind of tentatively put You Should See Me in a Crown as my diversity square, but like boyfriend material doesn't have a great spot. Love in Due Time, I also am not really sure if that has a great spot. If you've read either of those books and you feel like they cover one of the tropes that is on the board for Spring Fling, please comment down below. But that's my plan. The next 2 books that I plan to read for August readathons are One to Watch by Kate Stayman London, which is the teen romance book choice, one of them, to read for the teen book. I haven't started this yet. I've seen sort of mixed reviews, so I'm not apprehensive, but I'm excited to see what my take on this is going to be. And the other book that I intend to read next is going to be Take a Hint, Dani Brown, which I have checked out from my library on ebook, and I know that that's going to fulfill a couple prompts for both Spring Fling and for a Trope-ical Readathon, so those are what I have coming up next. So those are the prompts that I have already completed for Trope-ical Readathon and Summer Fling, as well as what I'm sort of wrapping up hopefully this weekend or the next day or so, and the books that I hope to start diving into in the second week of August. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any suggestions or if you have any commentary about any of the books or authors that I've already mentioned, please comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later. Bye.